Hello everyone! Would you believe us if we told you that some rivers can stop flowing for a while 100 times a day? Or that you can play on pineapples and eggplants, producing completely different notes and sounds. Yeah, it does sound unbelievable. Keep watching though to see these and many other unique things and phenomena you've never seen before. Let's get it on. You thought that cats were liquid, but in fact, ants are liquid too. Not so long ago, American scientists arranged an experiment. The researchers squeezed groups of insects between two cups and were surprised to find out that they immediately regained their original shape, like some kind of elastic solid. In other experiments, ants could literally flow round a coin like liquid. Turns out that the reason lies in their incredible cooperation within the group, which scientists only hope to study and use in the production of self-healing materials. Did you see that too? Has this river just started to flow as if someone above had turned on a tap? Yes. Turns out that things like that happen in nature, though quite rarely. The largest intermittent spring is located near Afton, Wyoming. Every 15 to 18 minutes it stops flowing, and then after about the same period of time, it starts again. It keeps doing this at any time of the day or year, except in spring when the snow melts in the region. There's too much water, so the river flows continuously. The reason is a rare underground phenomenon that works the same way as a siphon. Nothing special, just a kid jumping over several dozen skipping ropes at the same time. After seeing this, some people will probably be ashamed that they can't even handle one. To work as a loader, you need to have a lot of stamina. Or just be very creative like these dudes. It's just brilliant. You stand in one spot and just receive the packages. You don't even need to go anywhere. The important thing is to not miss the right moment. You will never guess what kind of bird it is until it spreads its upper feathers. Yes, this is really a white peacock. In fact, it's exactly the same as the usual one, except for its color, which is caused by a mutation. In the modern world, it is impossible to go outside with a child without a stroller. But can we be sure that these things are really comfortable for children? Well, no one can stop you from checking. This is exactly what one American company did, creating an exact copy of its most popular model of strollers, only several times larger. It was worth it though. The video of the experiment went viral. The adults who took part in the experiment were very happy, and you must also be dreaming of getting this stroller. Hey buddy, are you okay there? That's some unusual jacuzzi for sure. But seriously, this is actually an art installation by the contemporary artist Martin Worthman. Just imagine, in this whirlpool, 6,600 gallons of liquid flow over the reservoirs at the rate of 265,000 gallons per hour. In the middle, there's a special hole where anyone can climb and even barely get wet. Apparently, the artist wanted to reflect the transience of life and the infinite routine that haunts each of us every day, and he nailed it. Seems like the author of this video has just discovered a new kind of ASMR. Seriously, just look at the mesmerizing effect these waves create. This town is a paradise for a perfectionist. Turns out that what we see is an unusual suburb of the Danish capital Copenhagen. It appeared in the middle of the last century as part of an architectural experiment. A landscape designer wanted to see if he could make a village based not on the usual square plots, but on oval ones. The design is very unusual and original. The only problem is that not all houses are placed along the road, so some locals have to leave their cars in the parking lot and walk home through an unusual green maze. If you think you've seen everything, just look at how this girl mixes a David Bowie song using a grapefruit and a pineapple. No, this is not fake either. This is a real musical instrument developed by the creators of the Russian startup Playtronica. It works like this. You connect wires to different fruits and vegetables, set up each instrument, and then just jam. This way, an eggplant can turn into a bass guitar, corn into a synthesizer, and a watermelon into a drum. This gadget utilizes the ability of fruits and vegetables to conduct electric current. By the way, plasticine, water, or soap will work too, or even the human body. In this case, music can be created by touching another person. When we were kids, our mothers told us that we can't play with food, but you can make exceptions for the sake of art. Here, take a look. This is a spaghetti bridge contest. They're organized all over the world, often within architectural departments. Do you know how the winner is determined? They install a bridge between two tables, hang weights on it, and see whose bridge can hold more weight. The world record is almost 1,000 pounds. Do you recognize this handsome fellow? Yes, this is the same poor thing on which Professor Moody practiced unforgivable curses in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classes. And it looks, well, very creepy. You don't really feel like touching or even approaching this creature. Nevertheless, many people keep them as pets and hold them in their arms as if it was some kind of hamster. How do they do it? It's simple. In fact, what you see is not a spider at all. This is a whip spider, an arachnid arthropod. It certainly looks like its eight-legged relatives, but has little in common with them. For example, whip spiders have no silk glands or poisonous glands. This means that they are completely harmless to humans. The worst they can do is pinch your fingers with their pedipalps, but your cat probably bites way harder. What you see is an inflorescence of an unusual plant called the Zinjibu zerumbet, which can be found in Asia. The most interesting thing about it is that it stores a large amount of fragrant liquid. By the way, the inhabitants of Polynesia have been using it as a natural shampoo for many centuries. This is where you'll really find natural ingredients only. Seems like the advertising market has reached a new level. Why place 100 ads on different billboards when you can just do one and send it flying with a drone? Wait, who came up with the idea to hang Haribo Gummies on a tree? And most importantly, why? It is simple. These are not gummies at all. These are golden jelly fungi. By the way, they are not poisonous, and you can eat them raw, but the taste will clearly disappoint you. It's more like damp earth than a sweet gummy worm.
I've seen great ones. I've never seen anything like that before in my life.
Me either.
Wow.
Soon, robots will start building roads for us. Actually, they're already doing it. Just imagine how much faster this installation will do the job compared to even a whole team of professionals. Do you remember that tape-shaped chewing gum? At first, we thought we saw the way that it was produced, and then we looked closely and realized that this is clearly something more serious. Yes, it's red-hot metal. What you see is a mesmerizing process of prefabrication of steel tape. It's usually used for transporting large loads. Wrap the goods with the tape like that, and they'll stay intact. Well, wide steel strips like the ones in this video are usually irreplaceable in the construction industry. For example, in roof manufacture or home fireplaces and fence installation. What kind of fantastic creature is this? Is it also from the Harry Potter universe? Nope. These are tadpole shrimps, which are found on all continents except Antarctica. And by the way, this is a crustacean and not an insect, as it might seem from first glance. In Mexico, there is an amazing reserve where up to 1 billion monarch butterflies migrate to spend the winter every year. Capturing such a scene on camera is not easy though. If you launch a drone, these amazing creatures will immediately scatter around, and filming from the ground doesn't really show the real scale. What do you do then? Come up with a drone that won't scare away butterflies. For example, one shaped like a hummingbird. It sounds like something impossible, but here's the proof. Do you want people to always give you way on the road? Then take a hint from these guys who've retrofitted old bikes and turned them into brand new vehicles. We wonder what the local police are thinking about this. After all, seeing a ballistic missile in the next lane can really scare a driver. This is how professional gardeners cut bushes. No fiddling around with a bunch of different tools. Just sit in this cool car and cut off everything you don't need with one confident movement of the blade. But the drivers on this road should be careful, especially those with an open-top convertible. This sea creature looks weird, don't you think? It's because these are two marine inhabitants combined, a crab and a sea urchin. The first one wears the latter like some kind of hat, and it's quite a funny scene to watch, but it doesn't just do it for fun. Turns out that some crabs wear corals, sponges and sea urchins on their heads for protection. Well, the latter get free food and Uber services in return. Video of the day. The spawn of a fish from the sculpin family looks like a whole bunch of creepy googly eyes. Can you believe that the thing in this video is alive? Yes, this is an unusual clam called a great keyhole, or simply a limpet. The hole in the upper part of the shell, as you might have guessed, is responsible for the release of the waste. These mollusks also have blue blood, which is highly valued in medicine. One girl wanted to give her boyfriend something original and found a lighter in the shape of a pig, which breathes a fiery heart when you press the button. Let's all admit, it's much more convenient to hold an old handset with your shoulder during a conversation than a thin iPhone. Apparently, this was the reason this genius came up with this device. Well, that's convenient. Grannies who can't understand modern technologies will definitely appreciate it. We wonder why the ordinary bicycle wasn't good enough for this guy. Maybe he just doesn't like pedaling. In any case, moving around on a hybrid of a bike and a treadmill is much easier than on a standard bicycle. You can go slowly and the speed will still be high enough. We bet that in a year or two, these wonderful gadgets will be more popular than electric scooters and gyro scooters. Hey, stop being lazy, it's time to use that brain of yours. Welcome to Brain Time. Incredible facts from the past, the present, and even the future. The power of nature and wild animals, amazing facts and unsolved mysteries. You'll find all this and much more here. Subscribe now, you won't regret it.